Broadway Melody definitely sounded like my kind of film, and when I discovered that it won Best Picture at the 1930 Oscars, I was very excited. I'm currently trying to watch every single Oscar Best Picture winner, and this one was not the easiest to get a hold of, but it is out there. And as you can imagine, this is a film about Broadway. So it was released in 1929, directed by Harriet Beaumont, with a story by Edmund, Gouldin, and stars Bessie Love, Anita Page, and Charles King. And the description from IMDb sums it up pretty nicely. A pair of sisters from the vaudeville circuit try to make it big time on Broadway, but matters of the heart complicate the attempt. So we have two sisters who are pretty decent performers, want to make it big on Broadway, and it's all about their quest and their mission to do so and their determination to do what it takes. But as it said, there are matters of the heart. So it's kind of a romantic comedy musical. And the romance aspect, I didn't care for that much. The narrative's up and down. There are times when I thought this is really great, it's quite exciting, and then there were times when I thought they're focusing on the wrong things. This isn't really going anywhere. The pacing's quite slow, and I was losing interest. But thankfully, not long after that, there'll be a musical number and I'll be really engaged again. So, although it does dip, it manages to pick itself up quite quickly. The performances are great, not just the acting. I've read a few reviews that said the acting wasn't very good. If people think that, fair enough, but I wasn't put off by it. The dance numbers are not particularly elaborate, the songs are not over the top, but they're quite catchy. The actual song Broadway Melody I really liked. The rest of the soundtrack didn't really move me. Wasn't bad, wasn't overly impressive. Loved seeing the tap dancers. I love the sound of tap dancing. But we're not talking Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire here. The performances are talented, but not over the top. So it's a decent film. It's a nice enough film. I enjoyed it, certainly for 1929, seeing this level, bearing in mind the talkies weren't that old at this point, having this level of music and performances in a film would have been quite innovative and certainly very entertaining in that respect. Did it deserve the Oscar? Well, I guess it depends. I haven't seen any of the others it was up against, I don't believe. It was up against The Patriot, The Hollywood Review of 1929, In Old Arizona, Alibi, and then itself. It actually says no official nominees had been announced this year, which I don't understand if it was up against those five, but there were no nominees. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. If anybody knows, please feel free to elaborate and tell me. I don't think it's a problem that it won the award. I don't think it's a bad film. I don't think it, shouldn't have won. But by no means would I consider it a Best Picture worthy film nowadays. I think it is one that will probably fade over the years, over the decades. But I was pretty happy with it. It's not a film that I think you'd enjoy if you don't particularly like musicals. There are those musicals that even if you don't like musicals, you really like them, such as, I don't know, Les Mis. Les Mis is exceptionally powerful, even if you don't not like musicals that much. This one, I think you have to kind of like Broadway, vaudeville, musicals. It's alright. It does the job. It's a good way to spend an hour and 40 minutes, I believe, but I can't see myself watching it again.